A warm welcome to you, my dear students. Again into errors. Again into errors. No, again not into errors. Into correction of errors. Correction of errors. Children, we have this error today. We have this error. This is the fourth error from the errors which affect the trial balance. We did 3 up to now. We have done 3 up to now. This is the fourth one. Straight to it. Fourth one. What is this error, children? What is it? Errors which arise when balancing of accounts. Errors which pop up when accounts are balanced. These are easy ones, alright? These are easy ones. No need to think that much. Errors which occur when balancing accounts. As you know, children, we have so many accounts, so many ledger accounts in a ledger. Every T account must be balanced. Every ledger account must be balanced. Right? I give you all sorts of hand gestures and my body language separately teaches you. Not only me, my entire physique teaches you, my entire body with the body language. So you should try to get these things clear. Okay. Every account must be balanced. You know how to balance a T account, a ledger account. You know what balancing is. We have done these things. Yeah. But the important thing here is when balanced, when a ledger account is balanced, taking or extracting the balance of that ledger account, to the trial balance. Taking the balance of the ledger accounts to the trial balance. That is the important thing, right? We discussed about these things several sessions back, and we have done so many exercises including prime books and ledger accounts. All right, let's see how this error occurs. Let's say this is the cash account and this is a debtors account. This is a debtors account. And say that this is a asset account like building, and bank loan. These accounts are usually seen in a ledger, right? Every account should be balanced. 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 Yeah. Likewise. Okay. When balancing accounts, my dear students, there are ample opportunities, ample places, so many places where a bookkeeper could commit suicide. Not commit suicide. When balancing, there is no reason to commit suicide. There are ample places, ample situations where a bookkeeper could commit an error. Okay, so many places. When adding, when taking the addition, when balancing, and when putting the balance brought forward, bookkeepers can make mistakes. These are humans, right? Yeah, we are all humans, right? Huh? We make errors. That's why I say no need to criticize anyone. Everybody has errors. Everybody makes errors. Okay. The important thing is correcting them. Now we are going to do that. All right. Right. Now, children, if the cash account is balanced and the balance carried down is on the credit side, let's say balance carried down is let's say it is 50, and if the debtors account is also balanced and the balance carried down is, let's say, 10, and we have balanced the bank account too, and the bank account balance carried down is in the debit side, it is 100. How do you take these balances to the trial balance? How do you take these balances to the trial balance? Yeah? Yeah, I can hear people, yeah, rushing to give me answers, yeah? But yeah, okay, right. Wait, I can't say that it's correct, but someone else is saying, yeah, that's right. Okay, go on. How do you take? Yeah, most of the children, most of the students gave me the correct answer. How do you take? You take the balance to the relevant column, debit or credit column of the trial balance, not the BCD. You take the BBF, the balance brought forward. The balance brought, not the balance carried down. You take the balance brought forward. So if the balance carried down is in the credit side, balance brought forward should be in the debit side, 50. Here also, if the balance carried down is in the credit side, 10, balance brought forward should be in the debit side, right? 10. You take these balances brought forward to the trial balance, right? A cash account, BBF 50 in the debit side of the trial balance. Debtors account, BBF 10 in the debit side of the trial balance. What about the bank loan account? BBF should be in the credit side, 100, because the BCD is in debit. BBF should be in credit. BBF should be in credit side. 100, yeah. Likewise, you take the BBFs to the trial balance. Okay. Now, there can be errors here. There can be errors. Sometimes there can be errors when taking the addition of the account. When taking the addition of the account. Yeah. Sometimes the balance could be understated. Understated. Adu endala. Balance එක අඩු වෙන්දාලා. The real balance is, let's say, 70. The real balance is 70. Let's say the real balance is 70. Real balance is 70, but the balance brought forward has been mentioned as 10. Understated. Balance brought forward, understated. Adu endala. That can go to the trial balance. Yeah. Understating the account balances. Sometimes the balance could be overstated. වැඩි endala. You know, these things could happen, yeah? Yeah. Of course, these things could happen. Of course. Surely. These things could happen. Let's say if the real balance is 50, here the bookkeeper has entered 60. Balance brought forward to the trial balance. These are the errors which can occur when balancing of the All right. Let's take an example, shall we? Okay. This is the example which is given to us. Correct total of the purchases account 50,000 has been erroneously totaled as 5,000. Oh, not 50, I'm sorry, 25,000. That is 25, yeah, 25, yeah. The correct total of the purchases account 25 has been erroneously totaled, posted as 5,000 in the purchase account. Okay, right. Children, this is actually the correct balance. This is the correct balance, children. 25,000 purchases account. Correct balance is 25, yeah, 25. Here it's 25, see, 25. But it has been erroneously, erroneously, by mistake, totaled and posted as 5,000 in the purchase account. Now tell me, you tell me, if the purchases account is, when the purchases account is totaled, when it is summed up, if the addition or the total is 25, but if you have put 5,000 as the total, is it understated or overstated? Understated. By how much? 20,000. See? $20,000 understated. From 25 to 5,000, 20 is understated, 20,000. Right? And the purchases account is normally having a balance in the debit side. Usually the purchases account balance is in the debit side, and the debit side is now 20,000 understated. What do you do? What should you do? What should you do to correct if the debit side is lesser by 20,000? What should you do? You enter 20,000 to the debit side. That's it. That's it. Of course, that's it. All right. Now, let's take this example in accounts, shall we? I'm going to erase these accounts. I will erase these accounts. Okay. Right. And I will take this account as my purchases account, children. I'm taking this account as my purchases account. Purchases account. This is my purchases account. Right. Purchases account. See? Now the purchases account total should be 20,000. Correct total. It's the total, right? 25. It should be 25,000. 25,000. Correct total of the purchases account 25,000 has been erroneously totaled as 5,000. 25,000. Let's say there is nothing in the credit side, and the balance also should be 25,000 BCD. Yeah. Yeah, balance also should be 25,000, but has been erroneously totaled and posted as 5. Erroneously, okay, erroneously. This 25 should be 5. That means here it should be, it not should be, it has been posted as, it has been written as 5, but it should be 25. So in the credit side, how much is less? 20 is less. In the credit side, 20 is less, because this should be 25. Got it? Huh. Now 20 is less. What do? You enter that 20 to the credit side. Is that correct? You enter that 20. Oh, wait. No, it's wrong. Okay, that's not how you think. That's not how you think. See, that's why I explained with all those ledger accounts when I began, in the very beginning. That's why I explained with all those ledger accounts on the screen. Not the BCD we take to the trial balance. We take the BBF. You got it? I know you understand these things, but did you understand the mistake that I made? I did this mistake by purpose for you to understand, right? The total of the purchases account is 25, has been erroneously totaled and posted as 5,000 in the purchase account. This total is 25, that is okay, right? But the balance which has gone to the trial balance is not 25. It has been erroneously put to the trial balance as 5. So not this balance. The balance brought forward goes to the trial balance. That balance brought forward is 5, and that is what the mistake, that is the mistake or the error. Purchase account should be having a debit balance, right? This balance carried down is not the balance that we consider. The balance brought forward is the balance we consider. Got it? Got it? All right. So not on the credit side. On the debit side, we have how much? 20,000 less. 20,000 on the debit side. Debit side. 20,000 on the debit side is less. So what you do? You put that 20,000 to the debit side. Debit the purchase account 20, and where does the double entry go? Debit to the purchases account 20, credit to the what? Yeah, suspense account. Credit to the suspense account. Remember, children, remember, every error, if it is affecting the trial balance, those errors you must correct, and when you are correcting, out of the double entry, one entry must go to the suspense account for every error which affect the trial balance. When correcting, one entry goes to the suspense account, right? So purchases debit 20, suspense credit 20. Okay, let's go and see. This is the explanation, just like I explained. You can go through the text. It is in the textbook. This is in your textbook, right? Okay. Now let's see the double entry, shall we? Purchases account debit, suspense account credit 20,000. Okay, all right. See, purchases account debit 20,000, suspense account credit 20,000. Let's do another example for this type of an error, for these errors which arise when balancing of accounts. I'm going to give you one more example. This is your example. The balance of discount received account rupees 17,000, the balance of the discount received account rupees 17,000 has been understated, no, overstated, and posted as 27,000. Right. Now this is your error. Can you figure this out according to our steps? Yeah, I hope, I know that you remember the steps. I taught you, we discussed about 3 steps to correct errors. What is the first step? First step? That's right. Identify the transaction and the correct double entry. Okay. Now the transaction here is in black color. Balance of discount received account rupees 17,000. That is actually not a transaction, that is an event. Okay. Identify the event of the transaction. This event is the discount received account balance 17,000. And you must identify the double entry or how to correctly enter this. That is the first step. Identifying the transaction or the event and the correct recording of it. Okay. Got it? That is the first step. Well, actually, we did these 3 steps in the previous session. In the earlier session, we did the first step and the second step and the third step. We'll take the first step somewhere around here. Okay, first step. Identifying the transaction or the event and the correct recording of it. What is the transaction? Balance of discount received account 17,000. Now you tell me, discount received account has a debit balance or a credit balance? Discount received account has a debit or a credit balance? It has a discount received is normally having a debit. Debit? No, credit, yeah. Discount received account is usually having a credit balance. If I draw the discount received account here, it should normally, it should have a credit balance discount received. Discount received account has a credit balance. Now, this balance is 17,000. All right, the balance brought forward should be 17,000. Likewise, 17,000. But it has been overstated and posted as 27,000. This has gone as 27,000. 27,000. How much is excess? How much is excess? 10,000 is excess. 10,000 is excess here in the credit side. Can you see that? 10,000 is excess here in the credit side. Because 17,000, here 17,000 has been mentioned as 27,000. So 10,000 is excess. What do you do to correct this error? To correct this place where the error has occurred? What do you do? Well, of course, if you put 10,000 here to the credit side, the error will be worsened. Yeah, it will be escalated. It will be even more serious, because if you put 10,000 to this side, this will be 37,000. No, you don't put 10,000 to credit side. If the credit side is having a excessive balance, or if the credit side is overstated by 10,000, you debit that 10,000. Debit it to the discount received account. Got it? Debit that 10,000 to the discount received account. And the 10,000 which is excess will be cut off to this entry. Then what do? You debit the discount received account 10,000. Debit. So the first entry is debit discount received account. Credit to suspense account. That's right. That's how we do. All right, children. Well, we did one error which arises when balancing of accounts. This error is purchases account 25,000 has been totaled as 5,000. So 20 is less. We added that 20 to the purchases account in the debit side. Here in this error, discount received account is overstated by 10,000. So we deducted that 10 by putting to the opposite side. Okay. Discount received debit, suspense credit. Okie dokie. Right. We are going on, moving ahead. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can put your doubts or questions in the comment section. Right. Next error, last error in this section. Errors that arise when preparing the trial balance. Errors that arise when preparing the trial balance. It says, what does it say? It says, although all ledger accounts are correct, everything is correct, still errors can occur in the trial balance. Errors can occur in the trial balance. My dear students, I'm going to tell you this now. These are different. These errors are different. A little different. Pay attention. Different. Why? Why I will explain as we go on. But remember, if an error is in the T accounts, in the ledger accounts, we can put a double entry to correct and balance off the two sides. But if the error is in the trial balance, if the error is in the trial balance, what do you do? How do you correct it? Let's see. Following errors may occur when preparing the trial balance. Certain account balances have not been extracted to the... all right. These are the errors. Okay. I want to know. I want to know the rest. Let's read out. First, errors which occur when a certain account balances, when they are not extracted to the trial balance, which means there are T accounts, ledger accounts, so many ledger accounts. Out of these from all these ledger accounts, all the balances must be taken to the trial balance. If the balance of one ledger account is not taken to the trial balance, it will be short. Trial balance will be, of course, trial balance will be short. Got it? It will affect the trial balance. Second, entering incorrect values of account balances in the trial balance. Just like the one we discussed earlier, just a few minutes ago. Entering incorrect values of account balances in the trial balance. If the BBF is 5,000, you have entered in the trial balance 50,000. Will it affect the trial balance? You tell me, will it affect the trial balance? Answer is, will it affect? Yes or no? Yes, of course, it will affect the trial balance. Yeah. All right. Entering value of account balances to the incorrect column. Incorrect column of the trial balance. Again, it will affect the trial balance. It will not balance. The trial balance will not be balanced. What? You think I'm going to fly? No, I'm just showing you the balance. Okay. Right? The balance will be affected. Entering the value or the balances in the incorrect column of the trial balance. So these type of errors occur when trial balance is prepared. But these errors are not in the ledger accounts. Oh, no. Nothing wrong in the ledger accounts. No. Nothing wrong in the ledger accounts. These errors have occurred in the trial balance. Got it? Now I'm going to tell you what is the difference of these errors. What is the difference? Let's see. Errors that occur when the trial balance is prepared have a special feature. Have a special feature. in correction. Here, no error has occurred in the relevant ledger account. Error had occurred in trial balance. Therefore, correction of the ledger account is not required. Just like I explained, just like I said just now. No correction is needed in the ledger account. Yeah. Nevertheless, the difference in the total of the trial balance have to be recorded in the suspense account. That means the difference in the total of the trial balance. The trial balance debit total and the trial balance credit total will be different. Okay, this will be higher or this will be higher. The trial balance will not be balanced. That shortage or the difference should be recorded in the suspense account. Now we got one example here. And I'll take it this side. Example: balance in the building rent expense. Rupees 10,000 has not been extracted to the trial balance. There's an account called building rent, and the building rent account has a balance. Building rent account has a balance. Okay, building rent account has a balance. In which side do you think the building rent account, this account, in which side do you think the balance of this account should come? In which side? Debit side or credit side? The balance of the building rent should be in the debit side because this is an expense account. The balance of the building rent account should be in the debit side. It is 10,000, 10, right? Building rent expense. This is an expense account. There you go. Yeah, 10,000 has not been extracted to the trial. This will come to the trial balance debit side. This should be in the trial balance debit side. This should be taken to the trial balance debit side. But it has not been taken to the trial balance. Let's say that this is the trial balance of the business. Just a rough trial balance. Okay. Let's say this is the trial balance of the business. In the trial balance debit side, this 10,000 should be in the debit side. Right. This should go to the debit side. There you go. As building rent. As building rent. This should go to the debit side. It's not there. It has not been taken. This is not in the trial balance. Voila. What to do? not been taken to the trial balance. Now what to do? Now what? Is there anything wrong with the building rent account? Is there anything wrong? No, the building rent account is correct. You can't touch this account. That is the difference between these type of errors and the other errors. Alright? Alright? You understand what I'm saying? That's why when I started, in the very beginning I said these are a little different. Errors which have occurred in the trial balance, when we go to correct these errors, it's a little different. Right? What you do is, children, you enter this account to the trial balance. When correcting, what do? You enter this account, this balance. You enter this balance to the trial balance debit side. You enter it to the trial balance debit side because it's missing in the trial balance. And because of that missing, that building rent account, because it was missing, there must have been a shortage in the debit side. It should have been there. It should have been there. It must have been there. The shortage, I mean the shortage must have been there. Now when you enter this 10, now the trial balance will balance. Okay, so the trial balance should be debited as building rent. But if you write this entry as building rent account debit, if you write building rent account debit, building rent, if you write building rent account debit, that's wrong, because there's nothing wrong with the building rent account. It's correct. The error has occurred in the trial balance only. You can't write a double entry. That is the difference of these errors. You just enter the account to the trial balance, just like I have shown here with the red color arrows, just like I have shown here. You enter this to the trial balance, and the shortage which must have been there in the debit side, which must have been entered into a suspense account, that should be cancelled off. So when you say that trial balance debit 10,000, the double entry is suspense account credit 10,000. Did you understand this? Well, your faces say that it's a little unclear, confusing. Fine, okay, I'll do it this way. First, let me clear out. Now, can you see that the building rent account, can you see that the building rent account has no error? The building rent account has no error, right? Building rent account balance is 10,000. Balance brought forward is in the debit side. The error says balance in the building rent expense account 10,000, Mhm. See, the balance of this account, which account? Building rent expense. Building rent expense account. The balance in the building rent expense account 10,000. Can you see that? Yeah, has not been extracted to the trial balance. It has not been extracted. The balance is here. Nothing wrong in the building rent expense account. It's correct. This is correct. But because this balance is not extracted to the trial balance must be having a shortage. Trial balance must be having a shortage. Shortage in the debit side. And that shortage must be 10, and it must have been entered in the suspense account. It must have been entered into the suspense account. The shortage of 10. This 10. Shortage of 10. Okay. Up to now, are you clear? Okay. Now, when you enter this to the suspense, to the trial balance, when you are correcting this error, when you enter this to the debit side of the trial balance here, the trial balance will be okay. It will be okay. Okay, trial balance debit side, you enter 10,000. And it should be credited to the suspense account, because this 10,000 children, this 10,000 which is in the suspense account debit side, this 10,000 which is in the suspense account debit side is actually in the suspense account, suspense T account, and when you correct this error, you debit the trial balance with 10,000 and credit the suspense account with 10,000. That is the double entry. Then the suspense account can be cancelled off because the error is corrected. Error is corrected, and the suspense account will be cancelled off. That is why I say trial balance should be debited and suspense account should be credited. Yeah, you got it? Okay. But the thing is, children, that is why these errors are a little different. This is the reason. This is the whole reason these errors are a little different than other errors. When you write the journal entry, double entry, the correction entry, when you write it in this manner. Suspense account credit 10,000. Suspense account credit 10,000. Okay. If this applies, what? If your double entry knowledge, if your double entry understanding applies here, if it bothers you here, you can even say that the trial balance is debited. You can even write the trial balance is debited, 10,000 debited to the trial balance. You can write the debit entry should be on top now, so you can write the trial balance should be debited 10,000 likewise. But you don't write trial balance, You don't write trial balance here. You don't write these words trial balance in the general journal. Okay, you just leave the description column blank. Leave this description column blank. Leave it blank. Leave it blank and just put 10,000 to the debit column, just to show that 10,000 is debited to the trial balance likewise. 10,000 is debited to the trial balance likewise in the debit column of the trial balance. As building rent, you have debited 10,000 to the trial balance, just to show that you can put, but the suspense account credit entry is only that entry is enough when you correct this type of an error. Well, that is the difference. You don't write a double entry. If you want, you can write, but just put debit column, the debit, the 10,000 in the debit column without a description here. Without a description here. Okay. Well, this was the earlier, the old method. Leaving the description column blank and putting 10,000 because you don't write trial balance, the word trial balance in the description column. You leave it blank and you put only that 10,000 to the credit side, which goes to the suspense account. Fine. Fine. All right. Correction of the error for not extracting the building rent expense account balance to the trial balance. That is your narration. Correction of the error for not extracting the building rent expense account balance to the trial balance. That is your narration. Read out this text. Here, as there is no impact on the building rent expense account, they are talking about this account. No impact, nothing wrong here. There's nothing wrong in the account. No, nothing wrong in the account. Only thing was you could not, the bookkeeper did not take the balance to the trial balance. That was the mistake. Okay. That's why it says here there is no nothing wrong, no impact on the building rent expense account. It is not necessary to correct it. Not necessary to correct it. However, the suspense account has a debit balance due to the debit column being understated. However, the suspense account has a debit balance. See, suspense account has a debit balance. This is what they are talking about. Why? Why? Because the building rent expense debit balance was not extracted, was not taken to the trial balance. Suspense account has a debit balance because that is the shortage in the trial balance. Okay. Therefore, the error of understatement can be cancelled by crediting the suspense account and entering the building rent expense account to the trial balance. That's it. So children, with that we end today's session, but last but not least, I want you to read out, pay your attention here. This is important, right? As a little kid waving. No, I think he's pointing. He's pointing here because it's important. It's an important point. Children, it says when correcting errors that affect the trial balance, it is necessary to record in the suspense account. It is necessary to record one entry in the suspense account, because due to these errors which affect the trial balance, the shortage or the difference has been entered to the suspense account. When you correct these errors, those values should go to the suspense account. However, when correcting the errors which do not affect, errors which do not affect, errors which do not affect, then you don't need, there is no need to enter entries to the suspense account, because of these errors which do not affect, because of these errors there has been no shortage in the trial balance, and there has been nothing transferred to the suspense account, because there is no shortage, there is no difference in the trial balance, because these errors do not affect the trial balance. So no entry should go to the suspense account. Yeah, when you correct errors which do not affect the trial balance, but errors which affect the trial balance, you need one entry in the suspense account. Right, children, I'm happy to say that all the errors are done, finished. We have a few more exercises in this lesson, in this unit. We'll do those exercises, we'll correct all these errors, and we'll prepare the suspense account too. Right, so with that we end today's session. I hope to see you soon with the exercises, with the activities. Until then, be good, work hard, play hard. Don't forget to practice your counts. Thank you.